Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, however and whenever you find it, it is the right time for you to be getting this message. And I am so glad that you are here. We have been going through the Crystal Grid Oracle deck by Nicola McIntosh, and today's card is card number 51, which represents purpose, and our stone is Udiolite, I believe is the pronunciation for that. If I have messed that up, I apologize, and feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you feel so inclined to like and or subscribe to the video and channel, if you haven't already done so, it does help the YouTube algorithm help other people find these videos and find this channel if they're looking for the same kind of stuff that you were when you found this channel. So we want to welcome all returning as well as new friends in this space. So as I said, we are going through this deck from Nicola McIntosh, the Crystal Grid Oracle, and today's card is card 51, Purpose. 51, obviously 5 plus 1 reduces down to a 6. 6 is one of the perfected Tesla numbers, so this is a very balanced card. We see the grid in front of us, and the grids and the shapes of the grids are just as important as all of the various crystals that are in here. At the center, we see the Udiolite, and I will actually go through a little bit of information on the background of that one in particular, but our course also other gemstones that are in this specific grid are citrine, garnet, we have garnet in there, quartz, and optical calcite. So all of those stones working together, you're probably recognizing stones that represent root chakra. That's the garnet, right? Super dark red, base chakra. And the citrine, obviously representing our solar plexus chakra, the yellow for the chakra for the solar plexus. Udiolite has its own specific properties as well, but I want to talk about the crystal grid that this is set up in, the shape that it is set up in specifically, which looks very much to me like what's called the fruit of life from sacred geometry. And I encourage you, when we are going through these readings, if I'm giving you information that you're not familiar with, you're not sure about, please check it out. Please research on your own. Make sure that I am giving you the right information. Find out other information that I just don't have time to give you everything on. There's always way more information available to you than I can give you in my own personal messages, obviously for time as well as just for what I have access to. So I encourage you always to do your own research, to get your own information and further background on all of these elements that we talk about in these readings. So this grid being the flower of life, the flower of life emerges from the heart of the flower. The fruit of life grid emerges from the heart of the flower of life. And the fruit of life comprises 13 interconnected spheres. This geometric pattern stands out as one of the most potent in sacred geometry, often referred to as the Holy of Holies, due to its hidden placement within the flower of life sacred grid, sacred geometry. So very, very powerful grid that we have built with these various stones in this configuration. Now, looking specifically at Udiolite, because this is a stone that I'm not familiar with personally, and I know most people are not. We are most familiar with garnet and citrine and the quartzes. Those we don't really need to talk much about. We know what those aspects are, but Udiolite is a kind of a rare stone that's found within coarse-grained rocks and contains various elements in it. It ranges in color from pink and red to brown, violet, and even green. Sometimes it'll have some black tourmaline in it. The word udilite comes from Greek words that mean, well, decomposable or easily dissolved. And this name is in reference to the easy solubility of this stone in acids. The most prestigious udilite comes out of Greenland, Russia, and Canada, but can also be found in Madagascar and the US. Because this stone has such strong green as well as red properties or color characteristics in it, it is tied directly to both the root chakra as well as the heart chakra. So that's why we have the corresponding garnet and citrine to bring in also with the solar plexus. Okay. Udilite has developed, and this information I've got is from the Crystal Council website again. Udilite has developed the nickname of the Stone of the Heartland due to its connection to the energies of unconditional love and its ability to root these energies into the earth plane through thoughts, feelings, and manifestations. Let's get a little bit more information. As a water and earth element stone, its energies help to balance your inner emotions with external experiences, literally tying in the 3D experience to our 4D, 5D reality that we are actually all living in. The reason why we feel so out of place and unsure of our next steps is because we are moving back and forth through these various dimensions, getting caught up in the 3D physical stuff and all of that reality that's kind of in our faces, but at the same time our hearts and spirits and throat, our speech and our intuition, third eye, are all coming into alignment into 4D, 5D experience. So we're literally kind of dragging our physical selves along on this process, and sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable. I want to talk about just the basic. It does tie in, this stone does tie in with the zodiac sign of Virgo. Very strong earth energy, very nurturing and protective. Some of the basic properties of this stone are love and relationships, joy, creativity, protection, empathy, grounding, purification, self-discipline, sense of purpose. That's from the Crystal Council website. And so we have this card of purpose, self-healing, unity of heart and will, bridging the spiritual and physical worlds, alignment with the higher self, and strength, as well as release in grief and mourning. So a very, very powerful stone, very, very powerful energy from this card and from the image of this card. And I recommend and invite, encourage you to make as strong a connection with this image in front of you, with the grid that you see. Hold your hand over the image on the card and get that strong sense personally in your own personal experience from this card as we go through the reading that's in the book. And there'll be an exercise at the end that I encourage you to get the most out of this video, to go ahead and do the exercise with me as I read it. So, haven't read this before, you guys are reading it with me for the first time today, right now in this video. Card 51, Purpose, which in the representation of all of these stones also includes purpose, mission, and contracts. Udilite can come in a few different colors, but is widely known for its brilliant reddish pink coloring. As it contains the mineral cerium, it is classified as mildly radioactive. However, this is not an issue, as most of the pieces that are used in jewelry are small. Purpose brings up the notion of passion. Hello, are we talking about Bashar here? Purpose brings up the notion of passion. What are you passionate about? Do you have a mission to complete in this lifetime? FYI, the answer is yes. Everybody does. It's to be your authentic self. What gets you up in the morning because you are filled with motivation for it? Or do you pry yourself out of bed because you have to go to a job you don't enjoy just to put a roof over your head? This card is asking you whether you are in alignment with your purpose. There doesn't have to be an important quest you must manifest before you die. A purpose can be as small as putting smiles on people's faces when they most need it, or being the parent to a child who will learn their greatest life lessons from you. When you live with purpose, you will feel alive and motivated. Do you feel like this? If not, where is your stuck point? Gosh, weren't we just talking about that yesterday? Where is your stuck point, or where are you not fulfilling your purpose or desires? Are you feeling constrained by contracts in this lifetime or others? Udialite aids with letting you know what direction to take in life as it works strongly with your heart and base chakras. The base chakra represents motivation and your physical strength to do what is needed. If you know what you need to do, make sure you look after your physical body so it can carry you on this journey. Make it sustainable in all ways. And then here is our exercise. If you're feeling stuck or lacking purpose, it's time to get back to doing what you love and giving yourself space to rest, as sometimes you can search too hard for a label to fit yourself into. Think of something you always wanted to do, such as a new hobby or place to visit, and put that on your agenda, especially if it's something that keeps coming up time and time again. Follow the intuitive signs and do what makes your heart sing. Even giving yourself the space to relax and just be. Enough to allow the messages to come to you more clearly on what your next steps should be. Follow the stepping stones if you don't know where you're meant to end up. It's not about knowing where the end of the journey is. This life is like the biggest road trip of all creation. Every single one of us is on this road trip as we live in this reality. And it's not about the destination. You don't go on a road trip to get to that place. You go on the road trip for the experience of the road trip. You pack food. You pack music. You pack games. You have plans to see things along the way, to have experiences along the way. That is literally what we are called to do. Your purpose in life is to follow your passion, as Bashar says. Follow what makes you the most excited at this moment, which could simply be listening to this video at this moment. That is your greatest passion. It's the one thing you wanted to do more than anything else in that moment when you clicked on the video. In the next moment, it could be going off and making breakfast or making coffee, getting a second cup of coffee, getting your kids up for school, or getting your spouse up for work, getting yourself in the shower for work. Whatever your next most exciting thing is, whatever the thing is you next most want to do, is your passion, is your purpose. And how we find the right next steps to continue taking is making sure that we are always coming from that place where the only thing we are intending to do is create the best and highest good for ourselves and everybody else, coming from a place of love. It's always got to be based from that heart chakra, from love. That's how you find your purpose. That's how you find your passion. I've been talking about this forever, and it's no surprise that that's our reading for today. For the collective, that is what we are all being called. Every single person on this planet is in this process, whether they are aware of it or not, whether you have been aware of it or not. You have been in this process. You've been on this road trip for this entire lifetime. It's time you took the steering wheel back. It's time you took your life back and lived with your purpose, lived with your passion. Your passion may simply be just getting through this day, getting through this next hour. It could be literally that granular for you right now as you are making your way, surely, with purpose, with intent, with passion, into the next step. If you are in a place right now where it is not healing, it is not a whole environment for you, not nurturing, not supportive, you need to build that protection within yourself so that you don't have to rely on external environmental sources to provide you with that safety, that security, that inner knowing. That's where your purpose is. That's how you find your passion, because you'll get through that granular phase if you continue to focus on loving yourself unconditionally and taking the next step with that purpose, with that mission of loving yourself unconditionally. So that's our reading for the day. You are encouraged, invited, you are supported, you are nurtured, you are loved by the universe, by creation, by source, by God, by the angels, by your ancestors. There is so much love and so much support for you in this journey. And I send you nothing but blessings and love and encouragement and support for this, for today. So be mindful, be aware of what you are doing, thinking, feeling, saying. Make sure you are moving forward from that place of purpose today. I love you. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.